Yeah, right. Okay, I think we're up and connected. Let me double check it. Got turned on right now. Crack a cold one for the boys.
All right, I got one. Oh, ow. Yep, you're live, Sunic. Okay.
Cool.
Whew. Yeah, that hurt.
Thank you for telling me.
You cracking a cold one open? I'm joining this party.
Yeah, right.
No, when you went live, my computer went.
Thank you for letting me know, and everybody else. all three viewers. We're waiting for a fire right now.
You going to post in Bless Up that you are live?
You go ahead and do it. So yeah, I think that's what we're waiting on is fire. I have you guys as characters on this map, lovely map.
That's an interesting name for this episode.
You like it?
Yeah.
You'll like it in a second.
Considering how everybody woke up.
Well, that's what you guys recall. Yeah, I guess we could go over that again if you'd like. Maybe brief descriptions on your guys' dreams if you remember them.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah, do you remember them? Because I wrote them down.
Oh, I remember my dreams. I'm looking at the name.
Oh, okay, yeah. But just to kind of simplify it so we don't drag on through, re-explanations, you guys did have your... Oh, wait, I gotta wait for fire. I keep forgetting. Because he's getting... Did you guys have a good weekend?
He should be back.
That was great. I was a little busy, as you could imagine.
Yeah.
Outside of having to go to work, yeah.
Well. Yeah, it wasn't...
Now my job is restricting phone use.
There was a lot of fights this weekend. I was happy to watch. It was really fun.
The Jake Paul fight?
Was not happy to watch at all.
Was that a good?
No, that was from what I've seen, that was a BS fight. But...
Anytime I hear someone mention Jake Paul fight, I'm like, there's no way that's gonna turn out okay.
Wow.
Who did he fight again?
So he fought Ben Askren, who is a great wrestler but not a good striker. Gets hit once, falls down, and then the ref calls it. I don't know.
That was it?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but it's boxing, okay? You need to let the man get up and try to defend himself and wear through the rounds, but it wasn't so. I don't know if did Ben tell him that he wanted out of the fight? I don't think he did. It wouldn't make any sense.
Passed out?
Yeah, so.
And he just dropped to the floor?
No, he didn't get
He didn't even pass out. He just
got
dropped
back
to the floor
up.
and then got back up.
He got back up. It made no sense. I'm infuriated by it. Hurry up, fire! I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Alright, I think fire's good.
That feels like he copped out of beating the crap out of Jake Paul for something.
I don't understand it. I don't want to understand it. I'm just gonna let it keep playing its course because eventually he's gonna fight an actual boxer, and then we're gonna see what happens. But back onto the adventure at hand. So you guys made it through your night of dreams. Can anybody give me a brief recap of what happened in the last episode? You can exclude the dreams.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, that was really good. So last time we basically first encounter met on a mountain, fight off some gifts, and went back to Rokasa's kingdom to find another. It was a gift, right?
Yep, the gift is right. Yep.
Okay, another gift of a different race or belief system or something, and he basically escorted us out of the city to another small little town just down the road.
And then we had the dreams.
To which we rested and had our dreams.
There we go. And now we're awakening. Can I get each one of you guys to roll me a d10? Doesn't need to be an ability, not an ability check, but just roll a d10.
You heard the do. Please, someone roll a nat 20.
On a d10?
The nat 1, I should say. Sorry.
I got the lowest roll, so.
Okay. So starting at the top, Zadar. As you're awakening from your dream, you hear a really loud banging at your door.
At my door?
Yes.
Okay. Can I investigate the banging?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I want to peek. Okay, this is what I want to do. Does
Mhm.
this door have a keyhole?
Yes.
I want to peek through the keyhole to see if I can figure out who that might be.
Looking through, you can see the legs. They're leather pants. Not very nice looking. They look a little worn. That's really what you're able to make out most. And then there's some pretty dirty boots. They look like they've had some good travel dirt still on them, as well as the pants.
Okay.
The person is standing close enough to the door, and that is all you're going to see.
I just want to peek open the door and see if I can just be like, hello?
Okay. What's up? Everybody give Takelo a little shout out. Say what's up to Tay in the chat.
What up, Tay?
Hey, what's up?
One of our best and most loyal fans there. So as you are opening up the door, a hand kind of brushes softly against it, a little firm, almost to hold the position that it's at so it can't be pushed closed. And you see the face of a weathered older gentleman, a human. He's got a beard. You can see a little bit of graying in the beard, as well as in his hair that's kind of like long and flowing. And he makes eye contact with you. Excuse me, do you have a moment, sir?
Well, I suppose I do.
What
What might be the problem?
Do you mind opening the door?
I will open the door and I will take a step back, but I will watch him warily.
Okay.
Is what I want to.
As the door opens, it reveals a uniformed individual. He's standing around 6 foot tall. Like I said, he's human, bronzed skin, so it looks like he's been out and about. He's carrying a sword on one hip, and it looks like a big old pouch on the left hip. Yes, my name is Arid Kamen. I'm the local peacekeeper in this area. May I ask your name? As he's talking, he kind of slides in his left foot against the door to open it up a little bit more to give him more of a view of the room.
Right. I will look at him and say, Dario.
Oh, right, Mr. Dario. Yeah. When did you come into the town? Did you arrive last night?
I suppose I would have.
And are you alone?
No.
Okay. Yeah. So you're with the other individuals who came in last night.
I was with some individuals, yes.
All 6 of them?
I did not count.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard for me to keep track of my friends, too. Where are you and your friends headed? He starts kind of like eyeing you up and down.
My home.
Yes. I mean, we're all going home eventually, right? Odd question, and if you could...
I just want to say, I had some matters to it.
Understandable. Family matters, I'm guessing. Probably private, maybe going to see a loved one?
Yes, lots of drama in the family.
Drama. Hopefully, no real issues and anger or anything like that, correct?
Hopefully not. I will
Yeah.
have to get home to...
Well, I wish you safe journey. If you could humor me, I'd really appreciate your assistance in the matter.
Well, what seems to be the problem?
No problem. Can I see your hands? And he kind of reaches out to give you a position to put your hands out to him.
I will hold out one hand.
Okay. He grabs the hand and your other, sir, and he kind of like, he gets a little more of a grip around your wrist as he's looking down at your knuckles, and he kind of flips your hand over, looking at your palm, looking back at your knuckles. Can I see your other as well?
If you let go of that one.
Yeah, sure. And he releases that one and kind of puts his hand up for the other one.
And then I will put that one at my side and raise my other.
Okay, so as he reaches out and kind of just moves your hand around just to look underneath. Okay. All right. Well, if you have any questions, let me know. I really appreciate you coming to the town, and your assistance in this matter is greatly appreciated. I apologize for interrupting you in your sleep. I hope you and your companions have a safe journey.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Yeah, yes, of course. And he leaves the doorway and makes his way down the hall, and you can hear him banging on another door. This door is the one for Amar's room.
Oh God, don't do this to me.
Fucking creepy old guy.
Wait, no, he's creepy, period. Sorry, continue, Stunik.
You hear the banging on the door. How does Amar react?
What time of day is it?
It's
how early in the morning?
You're probably somewhere around 9 or 10. Well, yeah.
So, she's already at least, if not fully dressed, getting there.
Okay.
At the sound of the knocking, she will just hasten herself to get ready and prepare her things. Backpack on, everything else that she needs.
Okay.
This will take a minute, so does the knocking continue?
Let's see. There's a brief pause, and then a more aggressive knock follows up. Excuse me.
Walks up to the door, strapping on her weapons, and quietly, with like the tiniest crack in the door, says, "One moment, I'm almost finished."
As the door opens, he kind of like puts his hand to hold the door from being able to be closed again. Yes, ma'am. Take all the time you need. And
Let go of the door. I need my privacy.
yeah, I really wish I could help you with that, ma'am, but I just need a moment of your time if you would, please.
Can I be fully dressed?
Of course. And with that, his hand like removes him. I apologize. Yes, of course. I'll be back in a moment. Take your time. Just please stay in your room.
And waits to hear her footsteps walking away.
Okay. He makes his way down the little walkway down to Rokas's door at this point, and begins knocking.
Okay, so Rokas was just up in his room. He was fully awake, kind of just doing a little pre-morning stretches and potentially some light reading. He hears what kind of knock?
It's just a firm knock.
Okay.
Just to get someone's attention.
He ain't to the cop knock yet.
Rokas will open the door firmly and hello?
Yeah, listen. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, and he kind of takes you in. Not every day that he sees a Goliath. Yes, sir. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing all right. How can I help you?
Well, I appreciate you asking. I actually do need your assistance in the matter. Asking some of the inn guests here about how their stay was. Did you sleep well last night?
I slept all right.
Good. Well, I'm glad to hear that. You know, our town is known for their hospitality. I just really, I need your assistance in the matter, if you don't mind.
What kind of assistance?
Nothing too complicated. Can I see your hands?
I'll stick out one.
All right. He kind of grabs at it and uses his whole hand to turn over, look at your palm. Oh, okay. Can I see your other one, please?
I'll pull back my other one and hand in my other hand.
And as he's grabbing your hand, I really hate, I'm not trying to be rude, I really appreciate your help with this. And after inspecting your hand, he lets it go. Well, everything seems to be in order. If you have any questions, let me know. I really appreciate your help in this matter. And my name is Arid Cameron, and if you need any help, I am the peacekeeper in this town, and I aim to keep the peace.
Okay. Mr. Kammer, if I may ask,
Sure.
what are you looking for?
Well, it seems that I have mystery on my hand. And one of the guests here last night was assaulted. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
I am sorry. Can I roll something to see if I heard anything during the night?
Yeah, sure.
What you want me to roll?
History, I guess. That'd be a history check. Makes sense to me. Just to get you ready for it, by the way, Oscar, he will be heading to your door next.
Okay.
Oh, poopy. So, no, you don't remember.
Yeah. So,
Yes, I have heard of it.
I've heard of everything.
no, sir. I am sorry. I did not hear anything last night.
Okay.
If you are needing any assistance, please let me know.
Well, that I do appreciate that your extension of your offer. You came here with 6 people last night. Is that correct?
No, sir. I believe, including myself, it was 5.
Okay. Let me see. I just got done talking to the green individual gentleman down here, and I think I heard a lady's voice in the door next to yours. And do you know what other doors that you may have had your friend staying in? Was it the one? And he kind of points across. Now you remember that all of your party really took the same northern wall, and the door that he's pointing at is actually on the east side, where there's like 2 doors that are by themselves for separate rooms.
Okay. No, from what I can recall, all of our rooms were on this side of the hall.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate your time, and you know what? I might be in touch with you soon. I really do appreciate your extension offer. If this mystery keeps stumping me, I might have to look for other avenues.
Understandable. Well, if you need a strong hand or a strong mind, we should be able to accommodate you in that.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. We'll probably be in touch. And as he walks away, he kind of looks back at Amara's door and then kind of shrugs at it, and then kind of keeping an eye down that way, he makes his way down to Oscar's door, and Oscar hears the bang on his door now.
Oscar opens up the door.
He's looking up and then looks down. Oh, hello. My name is Eric Cameron, and I'm looking for your assistance. I've already talked to a couple of your other party members, and if you could help me with this, I'd really appreciate it.
Sure. How can I help you?
It's simple. Can I see your hands? And he puts his hands out for you.
I put my hands out for him.
He grabs both of them and kind of like flips them over and looks at them. You see he's kind of like rubbing his thumb against your knuckles. Okay. Oh, that looks like it's in order. I really do appreciate your help. I apologize for interrupting you, and hope this doesn't, spoil the hospitality that you've been receiving this day.
That's fine. What are you looking for?
Well, one of our guests, out of town man, was assaulted last night. I guess it's an accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay?
No. No.
He's not.
He kind of looks around. I don't want to worry anyone, but no, he's dead. He like really focuses on your facial expression when he gives you this information.
I was a little a little saddened by hearing that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why I'm looking around, checking to see if you know any guests, any troublemakers. But you're not a troublemaker, right?
I would hope not.
Me too. I hope we can be friends. Well, like I said, I appreciate if you have any information about anything you may have seen last night. You can find me at the town watch.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Thank you. After that, he heads back towards Amara's door. Knocks on our door.
I'll watch you as he does that.
He kind of smiles and nods back at you.
You know, at first I was thinking in character and out of character. Should I just jump out the window? Is there a window? Can I get out of here somehow?
I mean, there's a window. If you want
But
to
then
climb
I'm
out
like,
the window.
There's an entire party that she's going to be linked to. They're going to go after him or something. Like, this is going to be real suspicion. She's trying to stay down low. So she'll just open the door, like, fully and take a step out.
Oh, good morning. Glad to see you're clothed.
Yes. What is it you needed?
And he kind of like freezes. Nothing. No, you know what? I apologize. It's slipped my mind. This is not the right room. He's kind of looking you over. I appreciate your time, and I really do apologize for interrupting your piece. My name is Arab Cameron, and I'm the peacekeeper in this town here. We had an incident last night, and as I've discussed with your party members, just looking for some clues, some information for a mystery. What was that?
I hope you find whatever you're looking for. It's kind of hard to be quiet, shy.
Yeah. I do too. It's got a lot of people around here concerned.
I kind of want to roll insight on just like how he's meeting me. Because
Okay, roll.
especially with some of the odd looks I've gotten. What's my Oh, I know what my insight is.
I'd hope so.
All right.
That's
DM.
What?
Oh my god.
I know.
Oh, he rolled manually. Just so you know, you can click on your D&D sheet on the number, and it will roll for you.
And
Oh, dude, there's no number. There's nothing. It's a straight D20.
All right.
I did
That's
watch
why I
him.
was like, I got this.
I did watch him as he walked over there.
Mhm. Yeah.
Can I roll?
Yeah, sure.
Especially with him knowing me and everything.
Sure. All that.
Oh, thank you.
Insight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh man,
God.
it's gonna be great.
This is going to be best insight.
Hey.
Hey!
So you see that he's still displaying the same warmness that he showed to you, to Amara. You kind of do take notice of the whole fact that he's not asking to look at her hands. The regal stature that I would say that he met you at the door with, it seemed to kind of fade off. Like he kind of relaxed a little bit when he saw that it was Amara, or her stature. And as he discussed with you, and you can kind of connect with those dots, if someone was killed and he said assaulted, he's probably thinking that she's too small to be the one to do what he was looking for.
His
Okay.
fatal
But he-
mistake.
But he
What
checked
is his
my
name
hand.
again?
Arid Cameron.
You said
Just
what was his last name?
Cameron.
Like Cameron, as in the name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just an FYI, Zadar has just walked outside of his room and is watching this all go down.
Okay.
I'm trying to like be like sneaky about it. But my
Okay, I'm
door is
writing
still
down
wide
notes.
open.
Yeah, take your time.
I'm writing down notes so we can kill him successfully later.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What does this man do to you? He's got a family.
Not anymore. Anyway,
Yes.
Ooh, more XP.
God. Okay. She's just going to look past him at Osfer and then take a quick glance over her shoulder at Gibbet. Gibbet. Oh, can't remember.
Rokas.
Never
Give it.
You can just say Roro.
Roro, thank you. And she's like, well, is there anything else I can help you with?
No, ma'am. I really do appreciate your time. I hope that you enjoy the hospitality here. And if you have any questions or any concerns or anything you may have seen, please let me know. I'll be at the town watch. Like I said, my name is Eric Cameron, and just let me know.
So as I'm guessing he's starting to walk away.
He's heading towards the other gift's door.
Okay. I
I'm
will
gonna-
peek my head out and say, Mr. Cameron, could you come here for a second?
He hesitates, looks at the other door, kind of smiles, and walks back towards you. Yes.
I couldn't help but just slightly over here. I know this may be a sensitive matter, so if you would like to step in, I would like to ask a little bit further questions.
Of course. Actually, if you don't mind, let me see if I can get your other friend and get you all informed at the same time. Does that work?
That'll
Kind of
work.
says that, and everything he's doing, he's a really a warm individual. So his tone, his demeanor, everything is like inviting. He's trying to make you feel comfortable, and even his hand gestures and such like that. With that, he kind of waves to you with a nod and makes his way down the hallway and knocks on the other guest's door.
I'm gonna try to talk to Amara and Osfer while they're doing that.
All right, I'll walk out of my room then.
Okay,
Yeah, we'll all congregate.
I will.
I don't want to get close, so I want to watch him from the hall. But
Okay.
while we're watching, I want to talk. To
Yeah,
Osfer
go
and
ahead.
Amara.
You guys see that he walks over there and he knocks on the door and he's kind of standing over there in the distance. If you guys want, go ahead.
Is this normal?
No.
I don't think so.
Okay, I just was making sure it's not just me.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, I was just saying, I'm making sure it's not just me. As I said before, I'm not terribly familiar with this plain custom. So, I take it something happened.
Somebody got killed.
Ah,
He told me that somebody was
Explain it.
somebody was attacked. And he's dead now.
that's
He
weird. Usually, I expect more soldiers like this.
Well,
He checked.
in a small town like this, usually things are handled very discreetly.
I wouldn't know. Oh, wait, yes, you would. Never mind. I take that back. I forgot her origin for about 0.5 seconds. I was like, oh, wait, yeah, never mind.
But wait a minute.
I know a little things about discreet.
As you are all having this conversation, you can see that that Cameron has to knock on the door again.
She's going to whisper, he's not in there. I don't think he is anyway.
So
Especially
I'll
if we can hear him knocking from across the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty loud.
I'll walk up to him.
He takes notice of you approaching. Kind of looks towards you and like looks back at the door. Is your comrade okay?
Well, would you like me to find out?
Sure. And he kind of steps back.
And I'm sure these probably aren't that strong of a door, so if you'd like me to roll strength check, I'll
No.
do it. But I'd just like to kind of brush myself against the door and kind of shoulder and try to bust it open.
Well, do you want to try the handle first?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll see if it's unlocked.
The door.
Just bust it down.
Oxford just yells, "Try the handle."
It's like as you're brushing against the door, he's like, "Whoa, calm down. There's handles here."
We have handles in this town.
So,
My apologies. I thought you would have tried that by now.
no, I wouldn't want to enter into someone's room. And he kind of looks back over at Mara and walk in on something I shouldn't see. But if it's just your friend, if if you'd like to enter in, open the door for me, and maybe I could look around.
I'll check the door. Is it unlocked?
It does. It's unlocked.
All right. I will kind of put myself in the way of the door and slowly open it to kind of get a first check into it.
When you open the door, I mean, the room looks like, the room that you were in, but it is, it has a Gith on his knees, the one you saw before, the one that's been traveling with you. He's breathing heavily, sweating a lot, and it looks like almost veins on his face are kind of pulsating as he's trying to catch his breath on the ground.
Okay. I will suddenly close the door and be like, "Oh, I am so sorry." And I'll be like, turn to Mr. Cameron and say, he is a little bit indisposed at the moment. If you would wait for us in the lobby, and I will bring everyone down to you.
Okay. Yeah, I understand. Sure. He kind of makes his way down the hallway, and as he's walking past your other three compadres, kind of like gives him a little nod. I'll see you downstairs. And he disappears down the steps below.
Oh god, I just thought of something I have to do. I'm sorry, I have to write this down.
All right, and I'll Zadar is kind of peeking his head out his door, correct?
Zadar.
I love it.
Oscar,
Zadar, I'm sorry.
And Amara are
No,
all...
it's okay. It sounded like you were trying to say Vader.
Vader. Twice.
They're all three standing in the hallway right now, congregating and talking.
Okay,
Anyway, you're calling for me?
Yeah, so I motioned for Dardar to come over here, and
I will uncross my arms and start walking that way.
and I look at him and simply say, "You might want to take a look at this. You know more about this than I do." And I'll
Okay.
open the door, but not fully open it. Just kind of unlock the door. And
I'll take a
Give me a
glance
flash.
back to see if anybody's watching.
I'm
Aside
watching.
from Amara and Oscar. I mean, aside
okay.
from Amara.
Cameron disappeared down the hallway.
Too.
Not down the hallway, but down the steps. So the area you're in is like upstairs, but there's a wall dividing it, so you can't look just directly downstairs. There's a wall that kind of sections it off, so there's a little more privacy when you're going into what room.
Alright, I got you.
Hmm.
And then I will step into the room, I guess, and observe.
So as you step in, you hear the wincing grimace pain in his voice is evident as you see the sweat beading off of his face. It all kind of accumulates under his chin before it drops down into a puddle.
I will look at Rocket and like, stay back for a moment. I don't know what this is.
and I'll just kind of stand in the doorway.
I will kind of slowly walk towards them and just be like, "Hey, you okay?" And I'll poke a hand on his shoulder.
Yes, I'm fine. My head was pounding last night. I didn't sleep much.
You can talk to me. What's wrong?
I wish I knew something in my head. These people.
In your home.
Yes. sharp pains. He just keeps breathing heavy.
Do you have memories?
Loud banging sound. I don't know where it came from, but it feels familiar.
You may be unwell. I feel that you may be unwell.
Do I notice anything about this gift?
Are you looking through the doorway?
Yeah, I'm kind of standing in the doorway, watching what happened.
Roll me insight check. I'm sorry, what was that? Zadar?
I was just gonna say I forgot to mention while I was talking to him, I want to check him up and down.
Okay, roll an insight check as well. Or if you're trying to do illness medicine.
Okay.
The real thing that you notice is his skin is a little bit lighter, Brokaws, and obviously a lot of sweat. He doesn't look healthy. It looks like you after you would work out, like you're real worked out, you're drained, and he looks fatigued.
Okay, but no blood, no visible contusions.
No
or anything?
blood, no. And since you're doing insight, I'll say his room seems to be in order. It almost looks like he went from, because his bed's unmade, so it looks like he went from his bed. He was trying to approach the door, and then maybe collapsed. Zadar, you know that this is not normal. For your people, you don't usually have this kind of. You've never felt this illness before. It's definitely it's definitely unfamiliar to you. But you don't notice any blood, like I said before. You do really take note of the veins that seem to be kind of protruding on his forehead. But that's really all you kind of attain. Can I pan to Mara real quick? And Oscar, what are you two doing?
I was keeping an eye on where the guy went, making sure that he didn't come back up and see anything obvious, anything like bad for us. Basically, the guy that walked away that was asking questions.
Are you going down the hallway to look and see?
No, I'm just standing at the door because I know this is a relatively long hallway.
Mm-hmm.
He would actually have to have his head poking up above the stairs to see anything.
Yeah.
So I'm just keeping my eye on the stairs to see if anybody, or specifically him, come back.
Okay. Well, you just hear a little bit of talking, but nothing like specific. Almost a little laughing, banter, things you would usually hear in a tavern crowd. So you hear there are people downstairs. Oscar, what are you doing?
I was gonna start talking to Amara about the guy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
So, I noticed he checked my hand. He had asked to check my hands, and he didn't say anything to you about somebody dying. Just thought that was very weird.
Weird, especially considering how I normally look.
And while they're having this conversation, I'll kind of look at Oscar and kind of motion for him to come here.
So, for those things going on in the background, let's use the game chat. I will read it as we're going. That way I know, so we can keep their immersion with their conversations.
10-4.
All right.
Yeah, general chat.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, use Avery. I can see it on my board here. If you put the little asterisk mark before and after, I believe it italicizes it, so you can kind of separate words from emotions as well. But we can go with that later.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
All right. Back to Mara and Oscar.
It is odd for him to not ask me questions, especially given how I normally look.
I'm just curious. I'm not suspecting you of anything. Just want to point that out. Can I see your hands real quick? I just want to.
She folds. She takes off her. No, she doesn't normally have gloves. So she pulls out her hands and shows you front, back. They're clean, cold, and pale as ever.
Okay.
Yep.
So nothing like off.
No, not
Okay.
that I would say, but
Okay, so they're normal. Okay, and then I noticed Rokas waving at me. Okay, I'll be back, and I walk over to him.
okay. So, are you going with them, Amara? Or are you staying in your position?
I'm gonna keep my position as kind of a lookout guard
Okay.
in case anyone comes back up that's especially suspicious or anything.
Okay.
But you know that deal.
I'm also going to clarify. I'm going to close my room door as I walk past it.
Okay.
Oh, I had assumed my door was closed after I went out.
Well, I mean, it's good to add the detail. I like it. I like it. It kind of touches his character. You know how how much thought he puts into stuff. Okay. So back to the guest room.
Yeah, so I walk up to her first thing. Something the matter?
Do you have a musical instrument on you?
Says that as I have my viol with me at all times.
I don't know what that is.
It's
Violin.
like yeah.
Okay, violin. Okay.
Yes.
I will say to Zadar, I want to try something, so be ready for anything to happen. And I'll.
Whatever you try, make sure to stand back a little bit. I don't know what this is,
Yep.
You just
but
hear it in
it's
the
very
background.
abnormal.
So I will turn to Officer and say, "Can you play a high-pitched noise, but not too loud?"
Very specific. I'll try. And I pull out my violin and I play that high pitched noise.
And I'll look towards the gift to see if there's any reaction.
No, he's
I'm
really
preparing to
focused on the
grab him if
floor.
he decides to make a move.
He's really focused on the floor. It looks like he hasn't even gathered himself back to his feet. Still on his knees right now.
All right. After he finishes his tune, I will simply bang on my shield with my fist, and make an appropriately loud bang.
Okay. All right. You do that.
Okay. Any
The-
reaction from the GIF?
Nope. I mean, I guess he would look up at you, but he goes back to his floor view as well.
Okay.
All right, I think that's enough. He should probably lay down.
Yes,
Here, let
I
me help
believe
you.
so.
I'm gonna try to help him up on his.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, he's not going to resist you at all. Thank you.
Yeah, just lay back down. We'll figure this out in due time.
As you're laying him down, like you have a really close view of his face, you just see his eyes like looking around, like you can tell he is completely perplexed about what is happening to him right now.
Shh, calm down. Just rest. Just need rest.
All right.
And I'll do the whole tuck him in and shit, and just be like, but the whole time I'm thinking to myself, what the hell is going?
Yeah. All right. As you do that, are you gonna you leave the room?
I will usher people out of the room.
Okay.
Yeah,
And as you're leaving, obviously you can see Rokas is actually starting to walk down the hallway towards Amara. If you guys after that, you guys want to gather back up before you head downstairs, or what would you like to do next? You're in the hallway now.
I just kind of ignore everyone and just start heading my way down.
Okay.
I'm gonna guard the door.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back to my room
Don't-
and gather up my stuff.
Just tell him everything's fine. I've just taken care of him. We've had a few complications. He's just sick.
Okay. Oscar?
Yeah,
Fire,
I'm
your
gonna-
mic's a little low.
Yeah.
That was me being quiet.
I was gonna go back to his room and gather his stuff. Is he ready to leave?
He's gonna try and stop somebody and be like, "What's going on?"
You're probably best to get your hands on Oscar then.
Yeah, as we're walk up
He is smaller, yes.
the other guy is sick or something. I'm not sure what was happening. He was on the floor and it said his head was hurting.
That's very odd.
I'm not sure. haven't heard of it. I haven't seen anything like that before. But
When did he say it started?
I don't think Oswald would have been there for that.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess you could tell.
Rokas was.
Well,
Yeah, he's
he
not
opened up the door to see it. Yep.
He would. I didn't. I don't know when it started. I wasn't there. I think Rokas might know. 'Cause I saw him open the door first.
Okay. I'll go ask him then. And she will quickly turn away and start walking to Rokas.
Okay. All right. Well,
I forget immediately where the hell he is, but he's
he was going downstairs. So the first one coming down the steps will be Rokas. As you come down, you see Cameron. He's sitting at the bar, and he seems to be talking with a young lady behind the bar. And when you come down, she just like locks onto you, just like completely. And the snapness of it makes him kind of look up, and he gives you a first, in curiosity almost, and then turns, to a smile. Hey, waves up at you, and kind of motions you forward. The room when you come downstairs, there are a total of like 5 tables. Only 3 are currently occupied. In the room, so I can kind of give you all an idea of what is down here. There's a table with 2 dwarves sitting at it. They seem to have a lot of stuff stacked near them, like backpack, traveler's bag, a sleeping bedroll, multiple bags, almost like they couldn't even carry it by hand. They probably came through some kind of carriage or stagecoach or something like that. They have a lot of stuff with them. They're scrolling over pieces of paper on the table. There is a young man sitting at the bar with the barmaid and Cameron. He's dressed in horror clothes, I guess I would say. Looks like he might be a hand. He's younger. Has a good a good figure. Looks like he's pretty healthy. And he's just kind of sitting there, and he's also talking to the barmaid by himself. And then there's another table with a group of 3 older men that already smell like booze. Like crazy.
It's the morning.
Yeah, it's the morning, and you're drunk. Where's your lady at? So, as you come down, you make your way over to Cameron. What would you like to do? I presume that you guys are all going to be in a party at this point, with Zadar is still upstairs.
I don't know. Did Ossifer follow?
Yeah.
Oscar went to grab his stuff first.
Oh, okay. So then initially it'd be Amara and you.
Okay. So I will sit down next to Mr. Cameron and look at the barmaid and the helper, and look back at Cameron and say, "Can these people be trusted?"
And he looks, we're all simple folk here, and with that kind of pause, he looks at the barmaid and the young kid at the counter with him, and then but as he looks over at the doors, they're out of towners too, like you. Not friends of yours, are they?
No.
Okay. And they have a lot of stuff to be traveling. Huh? Weird. But, we have all kinds of people coming through here. Luca, and he kind of motions towards the young gentleman sitting at the bench. Luca and his family own the farm here in town. So, I've seen him ever since he was a little boy. So, grew up with him. He's a good man. And Luca kind of smiles at you. He has a timid demeanor about him. And Kiana, fix you up any kind of drink you want. Ale, and more ale. I think we might have milk, right? He's trying to be funny. And she smiles and nods. Now, she's a pretty attractive younger woman. So, she's used to, I guess, getting compliments and gives that half smile, faking along with the laugh kind of thing.
Race?
She's human as well.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I will look at them and give them a slight little nod, and look at Kiana and say, "Could I have a beer?"
Budweiser or Bush?
Ale. I'm sorry.
It's all right, man. I you know how I feel about it. So
Yeah.
She said right away. Usually we have a complimentary one with rooms anyways, and you all rushed off to your room so quickly you didn't get to retrieve yours, so we'll just call this one on the house.
Sounds good. Thank you.
She goes back there and gets a cup, a goblet, and just kind of filling it up.
All right. So I'll look at Mr. Cameron and simply just strike a conversation. So, in regards to our friend, do you have anyone here that is of the healing nature, but more advanced?
I mean, we have the Shantae temple,
Oh boy.
a Shantia chapel, but I don't think we have a lot of powers of healing or anything like that. She always gives me good luck.
Unfortunately, I do not believe luck will help in this situation. And in regards to our friend, I can assure you that he is not the one you're looking for. He is bedridden at the moment.
Well, I mean, and as this conversation's starting to happen, the Kiana puts your cup on the counter, and Cameron's gonna reach over and grab it, and he kind of reaches forward, and I mean, you can understand how I kind of find that a little convenient, right?
I do understand, but as this situation progresses, I will keep you informed, but I will give you my whole honest word that he is physically not capable of doing such actions.
Okay. Mara, do you want to do anything while you're down here?
Yeah, I'm kind of awkwardly standing behind him as they're having this conversation, and she kind of taps his shoulder, kind of whispers into his ear a little bit, trying to be sly about it, saying, "When did he start feeling sick? Did he say?"
And I'll just look at her and simply say, "I'm not quite sure."
All right.
She's going to then turn to the name.
Cameron.
Cameron?
Thank you. I don't know why I can't remember the name. Anyway, Cameron, and she will say, we just got into town. It's very convenient, but from what little I know about everyone, I don't think they would just kill randomly or anyone innocent. I've never seen them fight, so.
Okay. Cameron is still holding that beer out for you, by the way.
I grabbed
He
it.
just took it.
Yeah,
I kind of set it up for it. At this point,
So
Oxford,
as
you
I
can make your way
notice it out
downstairs.
of the corner of my eye, I will look at her. My apologies, and I will take the beer.
Yeah, no problem. He kind of leans back a little bit. As Oscar's coming down the stairs, you kind of see this scene as well. The two dwarves, the three drunken men, then Luca sitting up there next at the counter. Kiana turns around. Luca, would you mind helping me? He said, anything for you. And kind of almost with that, dazed look.
Hard country accent.
Yeah, anything for you. And she said, could you carry those buckets outside for me? You'd be a dear. And he's like, of course. And he goes over there and picks up the buckets, and he starts kind of fiddling around over there. What do you want to do, Oscar, as you're coming down?
I'm gonna just gonna go sit next to my party members.
Okay.
I took note of that interaction that happened.
Cameron nods to you as you walk up. Morning. Again.
Hello.
Wasn't there more of you?
Yeah, he's well, one of them's sick and the other one's watching over him.
Yeah. I mean, you guys sound like really good friends.
It's complicated. More of a concerned party.
It's quite. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's good to see good people out in the world. It keeps it a safer place, right?
For sure.
All right. Once.
Having just met one of these people like the day before, she just stays quiet.
One of them.
Yeah, one of them. I know you're. Yeah, she knows you. Yeah.
But yeah, me. But Rokas, Zadar, and
Aurak.
the other gift.
NPC.
Yeah, you guys didn't get his name. It's Aurak. I'll
Thank
skip
you.
past
I need to write that down.
Make
Actually,
it a
hold
little
on.
bit
Let me do
simpler.
that.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Aurak, NPC.
If you guys don't mind, let me jump to this real quick. I don't want to have to write all this out for Zadar. So as you guys are having this thing,
Go ahead.
let's see how we do this. Okay, so as you're listening, you can kind of hear in the other room, and it gets more clear the closer you get your ear to the door, and then you kind of move down to the keyhole. That's when you really start hearing really well. Sorry. I did what it said. Why? No. I followed. What is? Never. No. Why me? You just kind of hear other variants of that. I did what it said. What is going on? Just almost questioning. It sounds like he's talking to himself.
Right. Okay. I'll keep listening to see if I hear anything out of the ordinary from it, but other than that, stay where I am.
Okay. And you said you're going to continue listening? Hello?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Sorry.
All right, cool. So panning back to the party downstairs. So where do we leave off? You saw him over there fidgeting with those buckets. Cameron is well. You could probably go down to Jen's Goods and maybe you'll find some medicine down there to help. I think they may have had a couple of healing potions. Some left by adventurers they traded off for some rations.
Gotcha. If I may ask, what was the nature of, or I should say, what was the state of the body?
So as you say that, his happy demeanor kind of drops a little bit, and it becomes more of a stern, like a father looking at his son like, I told you not to do that, kind of thing. But his face locks into that, and not turning his body, but just turning his head, he slightly looks back towards Kiana. Have you checked on the dwarves? Have you checked on their table recently? And then it kind of looks back at you with almost kind of anger in his eyes. As she walks off and goes over there, he ushers you a little bit closer to him with his hand.
Okay. I lean in.
This town doesn't deal with these things very often, so I would really appreciate your discretion. I don't want to scare the lady folk,
Understandable. That's why when I first walked up, I asked if these people would be trusted. My apologies for interpreting that wrong.
I trust these people, but that doesn't mean that I want to give them nightmares. Now, when you ask about the state of the body, it was bludgeoned to death.
Bludgeoned. No cuts, no piercing.
No, and that's the part that... And as he's kind of whispering to you, Oscar, you're pretty close, correct?
Yeah.
He kind of moves a little bit more, if possible, between you two to kind of make more of a circle.
Mm-hmm.
There were no marks. The marks are strange. They were like in circular motions, like a big fist or something, like a ball. Even a flail would leave some kind of holes.
Do you
So
mind if I
I-
interject and just make sure you know I'm still there?
Yes. Yes, you are there. That's why I'm saying the circle. I'm hoping that when he moves it, he kind of moves you in as well, kind of from behind. He's kind of motioning to kind of cone it off, so only you guys are going to hear what he says.
Okay, making
So
sure.
Yep.
I'll lift up my fist and say, like this.
That's why I checked your knuckles. And the way this body was left, your hands would be torn to pieces. And this, like, that whole stern demeanor that he had before is kind of still staying with him. Like, he's upset about this.
Yeah.
He's the peacekeeper in his town, and for him to have this happen underneath his roof. And you know what the darndest thing is?
What's that?
That son of a bitch's door was still locked.
Was it here at the inn?
Yes. That's why I checked on you. But it just doesn't make sense. It was locked from the inside. Kiana had to get the key. But I smelt it. You'll never mistake that iron smell.
No, you will not.
He kind of has a somber moment there. Before you go forward, Mark.
There's a notable stare in her just demeanor.
Okay.
It is noticeable, especially since they're so close. It's just dead stare off into the distance for a moment when he mentions the unforgettable smell.
Oscar,
Yes.
you're just listening.
Yeah, he's listening. He was curious about the metal smell thing, but
Well,
didn't have anything to back that up with.
So, if you heard or saw anything that would be of use to me, I would greatly appreciate that information. This is the second one.
In days?
Maybe 4. But this one was in a locked room, and it doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
The other one,
We just got into town last night. It couldn't have been any of us.
yeah, I found him this morning.
I thought you said days.
No,
Like this was like the second murder, and the first one was days ago.
the first one was days ago. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Well,
So
Oh, okay.
Sorry. It didn't make sense for a moment in my head. I was like, hold on.
Well, maybe, I mean, he's not that smart. Trust me, that'd be the correlation he made too. No, you could have did it last night. Yeah, I mean, it does go towards your innocence. I'm running out of options here. Okay, these people are getting scared. After the Briars boy was found by the lake, I gotta have answers.
We can help you. We can help you look for it if you need.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, could we check out the room?
He pauses to this for a little bit. Sorry if you guys hear Corbin. It's bedtime. He knows.
You're good. He knows it.
That's the way to get a kid to go to sleep is punch him. But I didn't have the best father.
So back to this story.
Back to the game.
So, yeah, I think we could make it happen. You seem like trustworthy folk. You give me kisses.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll give you kisses.
Well, just in case.
Mwah.
Yeah.
Love you.
Amara and an old dude?
So,
No.
sorry about that.
All for jealousy. No.
Yeah, right. I think we can make that happen, and I at this point I'd take any offers I can get. And he kind of leans towards Oscar when he says that. I think he's kind of shaking his head acceptingly.
Okay.
Kiana has come back. At this point, she's made her way to over to where Luke is putting together all those barrels, and as she helps him lift it up, you know, he's struggling. He's obviously trying to carry too much at once, and trying to stack them. And as he comes up, he kind of smiles and makes his way towards the front door. Halfway past you guys, he drops. He drops the load, kind of like slides off, and then everything falls onto the ground. Everybody kind of breaks and looks at him. And Cal's like, "Are you okay, Luca?" Yeah. I'm fine. I'm fine. And he begins to gather the things up again to try to carry him back out.
I'll help him pick some of the stuff up.
All right. Oscar, roll me a perception check.
Okay.
I'll help too, just because I'm there, and that's what she would do.
All right. I'll let Oscar's gonna roll on it.
Yeah, you take care of him first.
Yeah.
I said mine too.
Okay. Oh, is this first one? Okay. You take note. This man, he's got wrinkles like around his eyes. This like he's lived a hard life. And the thing that catches you off guard is almost around his hairline, around his ears. He's like got gray hair starting to grow, like almost white.
This man getting old.
And you help him.
Years old.
And you help him gather his things up. He kind of, thank you, and he starts walking out the door.
What were the things?
So he was carrying a case. It looked like it possibly was apples. It was just various things that the innkeeper had. So one looked like a wash bucket, a case of apples. There was a couple of mugs that he was kind of like haphazardly holding with his fingers that clanked together, didn't break. Just various items inside of the inn. Maybe a couple of blankets as well, stowed away. Nothing too specific.
Just stuff.
Yeah, just various stuff. Because remember, Kiana asked him to carry stuff outside for her to the back.
Okay.
All right. Going back, or actually, I can just type it in there for him. 1 second. Oh, I guess we could say Zadar. As you're continuing, like, staying outside and listening, through his rambling, you catch the name. Oh, good night, love you.
Is that a name?
You catch the name Pietro.
Say again?
You catch the name Pietro. it's like,
Pietro?
yeah, it's almost like he's rambling on and talking
Okay.
about someone named Pietro. Hmm.
I'll take
So
note of
does
the
he
name.
have silver hair? Does he have like a really weird suit thing going on? Goggles, maybe?
No, Jesus. I was like, what is he talking? Ah!
I wish I got the
I
reference.
had to, man.
He freaking Marvel reference.
Yep.
And then just to toss it out there for you, out of character, Ossifer, the iron reference is more towards the smell of blood. You catch a real
Yeah.
iron.
Okay. All right. That makes more sense. That makes more sense
He's
than
like,
what I thought.
he said, I heard talk about iron, but I didn't know what to connect it to. I was like, oh,
I thought,
okay.
okay, I thought he was beat with something, and the smell of the thing was still on him.
Whew.
That makes a
That'd
lot more sense.
Be a
than
hell of an ass whooping.
That's a hell of an ass open.
Okay. At this time, do you guys want? Does anybody need to take a break? Maybe get something to drink or go to the bathroom before we head forward?
If you're offering a short break,
Yeah. We can do an intermission.
yeah, I'll go grab a water real quick.
Take 5 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Here, let me put a little thing. Little thing.
Don't mind my rap.
Yeah. Let's see if I can.
So good. I'm just gonna.
What's up? If anybody is watching right now, really appreciate you tuning in. I think we have a pretty good group of players here. Everybody's got different things that they add in, so it's been pretty dope. We've been having a lot of fun. And any monster, anybody who watches this, if you have any ideas for monsters you would like to see pop up in our campaign, drop it in the comments or send me a message on Discord. My players are also obviously encouraged to do the same thing. And my whole objective with this whole campaign or series is to touch on things that, well, rephrase. I want to use
Touch on things.
yeah. To experience other monsters that I haven't seen, and I'm coming from a background of not having anyone DMing for me before, and just kind of going off of streams and what I've read. So it's been a fun journey, and all my players have been really nice. I guess I would say, encouraging, giving me tips and advice, and I think it just makes the show and the game better. So
Oh.
I do appreciate it, man. It's a lot. Like when you come to a D&D session and it's like a 3-hour session or a 4-hour session, like you're giving that person 3 or 4 hours of your life, So like I don't know if you guys think of it like that. I think of it like that. I'm giving you my time and my effort.
I appreciate it as well. It's like, again, this is like you were the first DM I ever had.
Mm.
This is the first like official group that I've been a part of. And I'm having fun.
You and Fire have stayed for a long time, and even
Oh,
through
yeah.
they're my first attempt, so that was really cool, and it's been kind of nice. And I am interested to see how Oscar's story grows and changes, because
Me too. I have different. His like I've already thought of like, if this happens, this is what's going to end up happening to him.
and so I've got an idea, touching on it, and for the rest of you guys too. If you think of things with your backstory that maybe can contribute and add on to it, or give me an idea of where you want your story to go, because in the end, the story's supposed to be about what the players want. And I don't want to pull some freaking what was his name, Jar Jar Binks, Sith Lord thing out of my hat at the last second, and then you hate what happens to your character's story. Obviously, I'll take the input and then try to push in that direction, but to at least have a direction is always good.
Yeah. The Jar Jar Binks thing would have been cool if they actually.
Hey,
put it
I
in.
really do think it would have been dope, man. Like it would have made me
Yeah.
like the series a lot more, honestly.
Would have made Jar Jar a more of an interesting. And from what I've heard, that's what was supposed to happen.
Yep.
But after people hated him, he just kind of like,
But
let's not do that.
I think that's a great lesson right there. Sometimes you do the things that you want to do because you see the value in them, and then let the people hate, because later on you can gather more people that will respect your individuality in that aspect.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Hey,
like,
don't forget.
I mean-
Sonic, that this is kind of your story too, you know.
Yeah,
You're the
yeah.
world.
So she's
Yeah.
the world, though.
You're the
I
entire
just wanted
world.
to add that
All of
while
it.
while you were having your conversation. Carry on.
I appreciate it. No, it is true. But a great example of that, let people be mad is Rocky Horror Picture Show, man. Like that thing grew a cult following, and it was completely like bombarded when it came out with criticism. So,
Yeah.
I'm back, by the way.
all right, Fire, are you here too? Okay, we're still taking a break. Give me a moment. I'm going to go to the bathroom myself.
Okay.
Yeah, feel free to chat away.
Oh, shit.
We got ourselves a murder mystery. I was hoping to use some of my spells to do something, but apparently I can't.
Well, I'm gonna need that high perception whenever we go into that room.
Oh well, you probably got a better perception than I do.
BS.
Mine's is 0.
Yours is 0?
Mine's is +0.
Oh wow.
And that's only because of expertise, which lets me use half of my perception. That lets me put half of my proficiency into everything. My wisdom is -1.
Yes, same here. So I got
Also-
-1 to perception.
I also made this character not knowing about the point buy system, that we were doing the point buy thing.
Mm.
So if I knew we were doing it, because I made this character a good while ago, like during the first couple of sessions that we did. So if I knew that we was doing, like I could have changed them up a little bit if I knew.
Just saying, my perception's +6.
Yeah, but you're
That's
You're
why I
on
was
guard.
guarding the door. Well,
Yeah.
I don't have to be on guard. Someone
Yeah, I
can
can-
take my place.
Hey, I can
Just as
stealth.
far as the boy knows, that doesn't need to be done yet.
Yeah, I can stealth like a champion.
So can I.
Got a +8.
Okay, you can do it better than I can.
unless I got a +3, so
+6.
yeah, my dex ain't too high.
And that's the funniest thing about my character sheet. My stealth is higher than my performance, which I just find funny.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Wait, is Fire back?
That's a good question.
Fire, 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 fire.
Taking a big poop. Speaking of poop, if you guys have the trick to teach a kid to flush the toilet when they're done, let me know.
Excuse me? Flush a toilet with what?
When they're done.
When they're done.
Oh, I thought he said with
Well,
the
that
gun.
beats me.
So it looks
Lock
like
in the
Fire's
bottom
back.
and change it to
If
what?
you got a trick to have your kid
Black,
flush a
I'm just
toilet
saying.
with a gun,
With a gun. Whoa, no. That'd be a.
No,
Never mind.
seriously, just lock them in the bathroom until you hear them flush.
Oh, yeah. Well,
That's
my
not gonna
thing
happen.
I
They're
started
gonna go in
doing
the
was.
sink.
It was 1 minute. 1 minute a year is what I would do. I'd have him. Yeah, you gotta go sit in there with it. Since you want me to smell your stinky poop, you gonna go smell your stinky poop. And after about
Say
5
like
minutes
that?
of sitting in there, he stopped for a long time. But I was like, I gotta get back on it. Anyways, welcome back. Yeah,
Anyways.
I forgot this is a D&D stream.
we were streaming.
So, where were we? Zadar got that information upstairs. You just talked with Cameron, and he said you could inspect the room.
Yes.
All right. So, what we'd like to do, Luca left as well. Kiana's back behind the counter, murmuring some stuff under her breath.
Yeah, Reeves. Anyway. Sorry,
Okay.
I had to.
So,
Mhm.
Shut up.
I guess we're going upstairs.
Yes, I'd like to ask our friend a question or
Which one?
two. The one that was unable to do is currently
Oh.
sick. I'm trying to find a
Indisposed.
fancy way to put
Indisposed.
disabled in bed dying.
Oh, yeah. Very tactful of you. All right.
Thank you.
Okay, well, Cameron accompanies you going back upstairs where you all see Zadar standing
He'll
outside.
quickly
yeah,
put the
sorry.
sketch pad under his coat like nothing was going on.
Okay.
I wasn't doing anything.
All right.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
And then he'll look attentive, I guess, until they get there.
So he's looking attentively. Cameron's walking forward. As he's walking, he kind of passes past you, Zadar, and kind of smile, nods, looks at the door for a second, but kind of keeps going. Eventually, he ends up at a door. Let's see, is that 2 doors down? About 2 doors down. And begins to unlock it with a key that he procures from his belt.
Okay.
Unlock it.
Who's with him?
I mean, I'm still at the door.
You're at so he's 2 doors down from where you are. So if you're staying at that door, he's a little bit like probably 20 feet down, maybe 30 feet. The rooms are like 15 apiece. So he's probably
never mind.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's leaving. He walked past you. So who's going?
Yeah,
with Cameron?
I'm right behind him.
Okay.
Here, I was thinking you were saying he was unlocking the gifts door.
No,
I was
no,
like,
no, no.
wait, hold on.
No.
Wait a minute.
He's
that up.
unlocking the door.
No,
the
you're good, man. I'm sorry. Go on.
So is everybody going with him, or is it just Rokas?
I'm walking behind Rokas.
I'm going with them.
Okay. All right. As he's kind of fuddling with it, I'm keeping the key on me, obviously, because I don't want anybody messing up the scene in case of some clues. Click with a click, the door opens. My amazing sound effects. And
Absolutely amazing. I was convinced. I looked at my door for a while.
the room is how to put this. It looks like it's okay, like it would be fine, but there's one spot next to the bed where you're seeing the blankets are like falling off of the bed, and the post at the end of the bed has actually snapped off the ball, like because it would be even with the other side, and there's like a ball on one side, but the other side it's like ripped, destroyed raw wood and obviously had been some damage, like something had bumped into that. On the floor, there's a faint coloring of red that seems to be pulled up near the foot of the bed, but the rest of the room looks pretty good. The counters, there's a picture frame up there with a sketch, a drawing of hills and such like that, and the dresser looks to be intact. None of the drawers are open or nothing like that. And there's a window in here, just like all the other rooms.
Okay. Does the the post that is broken, does it look like someone ripped it off, or that it was broken off because of a body impact?
So this is how we're going to handle this. I want you to roll me an investigation check and then elaborate on what he's going to be looking for. Like basically what you did there, but roll. So you'll roll your investigation, and this is for you guys in the future. We'll roll our investigation check and then just go over the things you're looking for. Like, what is he looking to find?
So basically I would be looking to see, because in my mind I have 2 potential suspects. Obviously, a gift of some nature, or the nervous kid. And I'm just looking around to see if there's any discernible factors. He did say that the door was locked, so I'll go up to the window, see if that opens.
Okay, well, one thing at a time. One thing at a time. So okay. As you're looking, you do take notice of the blood on the post of the bed. And it's obviously that's where the pulling was next to it as well. You said you were checking the window?
Yes.
When you check the window, the door or the window is locked. There's a latch on top of it, similar to the ones in each one of your rooms that you saw. And was there one more thing you said you were looking for?
See how how disturbed the area is.
The So, well, you do just take note of the blood pulling at the bottom of the. So, I mean, that seems to be the most evident disturbance in that and the broken T-post. Or the post.
Okay.
Let's see, who checked? Osfer?
While he's doing this, no, go ahead.
Roll your whatever check you're going to be doing, and then I'll follow up with you after Osfer.
Yeah, I rolled up mine. Like, I guess I checked the areas that don't look disturbed at all. If there's a cabinet in there, I open it up. It's like,
Okay. Well, the cabinet, it has there's a bag in there, like a traveler's like backpack that looks like can hold a pretty good supply. Similar to probably you're carrying or your other individuals in your party. There's some clothes that were hung up, and boots that are sat in there too. A little bit of dirt on them. It looks like someone just put their stuff away.
I'm gonna check inside the bag.
Okay. Opening up the bag, it has camping equipment. So a little flint and wood. The general supplies that you would see. You do see 2 red little vials in there.
2 weird little vials.
No, red. 2 red vials
okay.
in the bag, as well as a brown little pouch that as you're shuffling through the bag, you can hear a little clinking inside of there. There's a notebook in there as well with a quill, like ink and quill. What were you gonna ask?
I'm gonna check the notebook and I'm gonna check the notebook first, but then the little pouch.
The pouch is containing around 87 gold pieces, and the book, it looks to be drawings of scenery as well as poetry.
Oh, man, this guy was an artist.
Amara,
Yes.
what were you doing?
While they were checking the bags in the general room, I was going to decide, screw it. I'm going to check the things that normally wouldn't, that a criminal or someone smuggling, my whole thing would look for. I'm talking moving the furniture slightly to see if maybe there is a hidden door behind the dresser or anything to that effect. Hidden things around the room that you wouldn't think would be in just a regular tavern.
Well, I'm gonna go off the specific things that you said you're looking in that room, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Roll your investigation check.
All right, then let's figure out how to do this D&D Beyond thing. Let's go, boys.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's see.
You just need to click on the numbers next to the.
Yeah, it's super convenient.
Yeah, I'm trying to load things currently.
If you use the asterisk mark at the beginning of before you start writing, and then after, it'll do that italicizing that you're seeing. This is what I was doing. And
I see.
For your guys' descriptions, use your characters' names.
Okay.
What'd you?
What just happened?
Did you roll?
Okay, cool. I don't know why, but I have a -4 in everything.
Did you buy your points?
Yeah.
Here, roll me with a D20, and then inspect that while you're doing that, so we can keep it going.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why you have a -4 and everything. You have a 3 in each one of your stats. You have to change that. But yeah, go ahead and roll.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
Okay.
16.
So you said you're looking behind the dresser, behind the bed, basically checking all the walls to see if there's any kind of entrance in. And then the floors as well. So you're looking for secret doors, correct?
Yeah, I'm checking the floors, the dressers,
Okay.
the walls, and yeah, I can't check anything else, unfortunately, because everybody else is in the room.
Okay. Well, it's gonna take you a little bit of time to get through this, but we'll say you're doing that right now as you're going through. Let's see.
Go ahead. I'll try and figure my thing out in the meantime.
Okay. It looks like Rokas walked out. He went to get Zadar. Zadar moves in. What would you like to do when you come in there, Zadar? And then I'm going to ask you, Oscar.
I want to observe the room and see if I noticed anything at a first glance.
The scene that you notice is the bedpost being snapped off, a little bit of red blood on there, and then a pooling on the bottom where there was probably a body before. They removed the body at this time, but you can see where the staining at the foot of the bed is at.
Right.
Okay.
Can I tell from the blood and the markings what kind of position the body was in?
Yes. Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll for that. If you spend some time, you can. It looks like let's have you ask some questions. If you ask what's his name, maybe you can ask him. I don't know how you'd be able to tell that. I don't think he went to.
Well, I was just like,
Well,
you know what, fair point. I might as well ask him anyway. I'll go up to Cameron and ask, hey, do you remember what position his body was in?
Well, yeah. When I found him, his head was over here, next to the post. His feet, it's like a son of a gun caught him from behind.
Ah, okay.
Hey,
So this was not expected.
I mean, I just don't see a man falling forward and hitting his bed that hard. It kind of looked like an accident, but I don't believe it. Not with all the marks on it.
Your place is strange, but I know it's not that strange.
Yes. Well, most people tend to keep to themselves around here.
Yeah, which makes sense most unusual.
Oscar, what are you doing?
Check under the bed, see if anything's under there.
Okay. No, you don't really find much under there.
All right.
The only thing, or here, I could say you would see maybe a scrape mark underneath the bed next to where the bedpost where he was indicating that the victim fell.
A scrape mark.
Almost like fingernails. Like something reaching and crawling and pulling. But not a lot of it, but there's a dig mark down there.
Ah.
Alright?
So I'm gonna point out to somebody. It's like, I don't know if this is weird. I don't know if this is weird or not, but there's like scratch marks under here.
Is there? I will also look at where he's pointing.
Yeah, I move out of the way and I'll point to where the marks are.
Okay. Yeah, you see the marks that like a scrape on the ground there, right underneath where the bedpost is, not even 3 feet underneath the bed.
Can I discern what might have made this?
Sure. Do I guess investigation roll be good.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
It's very light. It's not deep marks. It's not like talons or claws or anything like that. You, after looking at it and the positioning, might discern it to be the victim's fingernails.
Okay. Whatever happened was certainly not just a fall. It seems like he was in distress.
Was it being pulled out from under the bed?
From what Zadar has gathered, it looks like the mark is pulling from underneath the bed and grazily being lifted as it's going away. So that'd be more the indication of it scraping, like almost something trying to reach underneath the bed. Cameron's kind of starting to rock back and forth, looking down. He kind of puts his hand over his mouth. You know, being around all this death is kind of unsettling. If you gentlemen are done, maybe you'd like to look at the body.
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah. He's kind of just looking his eyes and moving back and forth, and emotions for you, Oscar, as well, out the door. And,
I don't want to see the corpse, so I'll stay in the room
okay.
if that's allowed.
I do want to see the corpse, so I will follow.
Now, Mara, do you need more time, or?
Am I finished?
Oh, yes. So, as you're looking around, you don't see anything behind the dresser. You don't see anything behind the armoire. The rug doesn't seem to be disturbed or anything underneath there. You don't find any wooden like trapdoors or anything like that. And moving the bed, it kind of catches Cameron off guard. He's kind of messing with the scene. And then when you move it back, he's kind of a little more calm about it. But you don't seem to find any like trap doors or any secret ways in. This room seems
Nothing
pretty secure.
Extremely out of the ordinary.
No, it's real plain. I didn't know if you wanted to try to do something that you didn't want the others to look at, so that's why I was going to give you the opportunity.
Yeah, she's going to say, yeah, she's going to say, yes, just a minute longer. You can go on without me.
All right. I will follow
as soon
Cameron
as they
then.
leave the room.
Oscar's still in the room.
All right. And he's looking at Oscar as well, motioning. And you said Amara's leaving the room?
No, she's staying in
she's
there
staying
and
in.
waiting for everybody else to leave.
Okay. And then you said, Oscar, you're staying in the room?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And he kind of walks with Zadar, approaching Rokas. He would like to see the body. Do you want to come?
I think he should stay, yeah?
Let me see if the other two would watch the door. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, sure.
And I'll walk over to the murder room and I ask,
Go ahead.
I would like to check out the body. Could you guys take watch of the door?
We'll look at Amara to see, like, since she wants to be in the room alone by herself. So I'm like, all right, I'll watch over the room, the door.
If you notice or hear anything severe, please call out. Maybe do that little thing you did back at the mountains. The boom boom.
I don't think that would be a good idea, but I'll definitely find a way to keep in contact with everybody if something happens.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
While they're having that conversation, I'm gonna whisper to Cameron, it's like, our friend is kind of now. He apparently caught something ill in his food.
Oh, down. You mean Kiana's cooking?
I'm not trying to say anything about anybody. I'm just saying.
Of course. Yeah, it happens sometimes. I'm taking you all by your word, and word means a lot around here. So don't make me regret it, okay?
Do I hear this?
Yeah. As you're coming back, you'll hear him say something about the tail end of it.
Okay. As he says that, I will reach in my bag and pull out my scroll of pedigree and say, word means a lot to me as well.
All right.
Okay.
So I'll go stand outside the door.
Well, Zadar will not say anything else until we reach the body, I suppose.
Okay. So they leave out, and as you come out, you see the bustling village. There, you guys can see the image right now, right, on the map.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna unpause it. You can move around if you want, mess around, but oh yeah, because you can't see all the way. Can you see the whole town?
No, 30-foot square
Okay.
or 30-foot circle.
All right. Well, feel free to walk around if you like. but I'm not gonna worry about the positioning on that. I'm gonna hook you guys up with a little more vision. Make it a little bit easier for
Hook
you.
us up, DM. Hook us up.
Hook it up.
Hook a brother up, man.
She said you're not her type, bro. I'm just gonna.
Happens every time, man.
Happens every time. Hey, sit still so I give you more vision.
Sorry, I was getting vision of
I see that. There you go. Okay.
Word.
All right. So, coming out in to the north, you see what looks like a farm area, and that Luca kid walking back from the back of the tavern towards that farm area. He's carrying 2 buckets in his hand and sloshing around like a little bit of water. There's a couple of kids playing in the road, and Cameron kind of greets them as he's walking you forward. You see we have a vibrant young community, kind of like remarking on it. As you can see, everybody moving around and still kind of taking you forward. Over here, Jen's Goods looks like a like a general goods store, and you can see the I believe it's pronounced Chante temple, where they worship a deity that kind of gives them prosperity over their crops and stuff like that. After a brief walk, you come to a building that doesn't have any windows on it. And he said, we're storing it here for now. And as he opens, you catch a real strong, warm, like whiff of warm wheat. It kind of overtakes you, and that wheat is accompanied with that familiar iron smell, but almost with a rottingness coming to it at this point. And as he brings you in, you see that there's a table that's probably used for baling wheat together for carrying, and there's a couple of barrels around, but the body has been placed on top of this table. We don't have places to store bodies here, so this is the most out of view that I could get it.
Right. Probably shouldn't leave it here, rot past. Probably should bury it as soon. But I want to look it over first, if that's okay.
Of course. I just feel bad I don't even know the son of a bitch's name.
Maybe we'll find out.
Alright.
Does he look familiar?
You can roll me a history check. But, I mean, honestly, no. This guy doesn't. You would recognize where you're from. You wouldn't have recognized it anyways. You have all the elves. So he's not an elf. Looks like a human.
Okay.
Zadar, what were you going to be looking at again?
I just want to look him over to see what if I can discern like maybe how he died, and, like what wounds he has.
So it's evidently, I mean, I guess I should say evident. The damage that he sustained, there's like big circular bruise marks that are followed by where obvious bleeding had occurred with the contusion, like the impact, and circular motions. As you're looking at the skin, it looks like something was almost punched into him, like pushed against him, and then spun. Like the skin seems to almost be circularly rounded and contorted in the contact zones.
Okay.
Osfer and Amara, if there's something you want to do, you can put it in the tiles and I'll read it in the chat. Just if there's anything that comes to mind, and I can come back to it.
I got a whole thing planned.
Okay. Well, if you want to get it started, just post it up in the chat and I'll read on that. But back to you, Zadar. Sorry.
No, you're good. I was like, I would probably say these are unusual. There's not an animal or perhaps something, like a weapon or a tool that would do something like this?
Not that I've ever seen before. Usually round marks like flails have like spikes on it or some kind of something to get a puncture wound. I don't know why you would have a circular dull weapon. And animals? I mean, I guess if he got beat to death by a giant or something in one of the woods, but he was in his room.
Fair point. Sorry, I'm not sure what you would face, perhaps.
Yeah.
I was hoping that maybe this would maybe be a more local problem.
Well, besides the Briars boy, he had similar markings like this. That's why I suspect it's got to be the same source, same culprit.
Right.
Rokos?
Rokos, do you know anything about this?
So I'll kind of go up to the body and like put my fist against it. What's the relative size to my fist?
What would you say the size of your fist is?
I'm a medium creature, so
It is a probably about twice the size of your hand. I don't know about yours specifically because you are a bigger medium person, so like almost twice the size.
And can I recall the bedpost, how big the ball on the end of that was?
That was about the size of your fist, if not smaller.
Smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I like where you're going with that, though.
Yeah. I'll look at Rokos and I'll simply say,
Wait,
that's a
my
lot
name's not
bigger.
Rokos.
Rokos.
He's looking at himself.
Say so.
Well,
let's go ahead
I
and say
look
it.
in the
Just go ahead and say
mirror
it.
majestically and proclaim.
I'll look
Alright.
Role
at
playing with myself. Anyway, go ahead.
Zadar. Yeah, I'll look at Zadar and simply say, this is a lot bigger than my fist. I
Yeah.
personally don't know much besides for magic that could potentially cause this. But exactly what
Well,
magic, I'm not
That is
quite sure.
true. This could be a magic thing, but I don't know of any magic that can do this specifically.
Neither do I.
And as you guys are saying, it's like Cameron, he's kind of like standing a little bit closer to you guys, like nodding ingredients, like, okay, yeah, we're figuring this out. Process of elimination. You know, he's intently listening to you two. I'm gonna let you
Cameron,
guys.
do you know of anybody that might be, or anything that might be of unusual size around? Like a big person?
A big person. I'm a big person.
Well, besides your friend,
I know it's not true.
I mean, there's one other larger individual in town, the blacksmith, Bark. But that man he's a sweet. He's a sweet man. I couldn't see him ever hurting somebody.
Yeah.
Based on these injuries, if it was not magical in nature, you would have to be a very strong person strong and very large to make that kind of contusion, and as you twisting to contort the skin as well, they would have to be larger than me.
Most unusual wound aside, if we're counting magic, there's a lot of possibilities, to be perfectly honest.
Well,
I've seen magic blow people up, and I've seen magic make people grow, and I've seen magic that make... Magic can do many things.
he seems more in agreement with you. Like, he's really reluctant on blaming Bark for this. His body language, when you're saying that, he's kind of nodding, and then when you were talking about Bark, he's kind of shaking his head. No, nah. I mean, I put my money on the magic. Now, there's not a lot of magical folk around here. I mean,
Yeah, that seems to pose a problem.
mhm.
Either someone practicing magic that nobody knows about, or some outsider, presumably, has come in that no one knows about that practices for agendas unknown.
Okay. Here, let me cut to Oscar, and they've been waiting a little bit. I'll let you guys do your
Yep.
conversation pieces. So you cast Detect Magic, Oscar.
Yes.
You. Let me see. Let me look these up first because this is gonna. That's what I forgot. Is that considered? Yeah, it is. So you detect magic faintly on him, and you also feel a faint, very fading magical presence that streams in the hallway.
In which direction?
It seems to be going throughout the entire hallway, all the way down to the room where the murder occurred.
What is like a magic sense coming from?
But the feeling that comes from it, though, I should point this out, is a different type of magic than the one on Orc is more of a psionic feeling, and yeah, and the one in the hallway is abjuration magic.
Interesting.
Amara is using her ability to scan the ceiling. Interesting as well. To see if anything's down. You don't find any handprints on the walls, and nothing on the ceiling.
I'm like talking the outside walls by the on the other side of the window.
Oh, so you're
Like
going
if
out?
anything
You're
crawled
going
up the
outside?
window.
Oh, you're looking out the window.
Yeah, like if anything crawled up the window.
Looking around, and you see some vines, but nothing, no damage to the structure or anything that looks like it's been disturbed or shaken.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, she will just join Osfer in whatever in guarding the door.
Okay.
So while she walks up, so when Amara walks up to Oscar, he's gonna be talk to her. There's a magic. There's like. So it's like a magic trail.
Yes, like a trail.
Okay.
It's very
It's like
faint.
a- It's like a magical. It's like a trail leading from. There's a trail going into that room. It felt very It felt like a type of abjuration type magic.
Mm. Before Amara goes
You
back,
also mentioned psionic.
well,
Yeah,
yeah,
but I was more talking about the trail that was leading into the room.
yeah. But as you're leaving, Amara, since you've been looking so much, when you're walking out the door, the floor looks extra worn. Like
How
right
worn?
right in front of the door, it looks, well, actually it doesn't look worn. It looks like it's been recently cleaned. Like when you were looking, or when Oscar was looking in the closet, he remarked on it, the boots, but you noticed that the floor looks really clean.
Like someone cleaned up.
If that's the there's no dirt, there's no hair on the floor, but you do remember the blood that's there.
Yeah, does the blood, like, okay, so the blood pool that has dried up at this point,
Mm-hmm.
it looks like it naturally stops at a certain point, right? It just, like, looks like that's where it naturally
Probably
stopped.
rested against the head or something like that, or the shoulder. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, it looks like, okay, she's going to say this, it looks like, I examined the room really closely. I think someone cleaned where they stepped, like footprints or any other details around the entrance to the door, but kept everything else the same. Got rid of some kind of evidence, whatever that evidence is. They did it successfully. I can only think of footprint, a hand print, a boot, mud, something left behind, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not very good at this.
Okay, thank you for telling me. I'm gonna follow this magic trail real quick. Can you stay at the door and watch over him while I'm going?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Oh, also, before I gotta tell you, like it felt like I detected the magic around everywhere. He felt like there was some sort like a kind of psionic magic around him.
Oh,
I thought I'd
oh,
let you know about that.
okay. I don't know. Maybe. I actually have to check my class stuff. Hold on.
Okay. Let me jump
Because
over.
I don't know if I can.
Let me jump over. Wait, you guys make your decision on what you're wanting to do next after this. I'm going to jump over to Rokos and Zadar. So you're still in there in the in what is that called? Where they would keep their food and stuff, or well, I would say food, but where they manufacture like the wheat and whatnot that they're harvesting. That harvest container room. You guys are in there right now.
That's where they're keeping the dead body.
where they process their wheat.
That's not better.
It's the same thing.
I know it's not. It's not.
Yeah.
He's not proud of it.
I'll be right back.
But the wheat smells really good this year.
Not right now. All right. So hey, back to it. What are we?
Anyway.
I'm gonna go.
What are we doing? Zadar and Rokos.
I would ask him, where is this blacksmith you say? Maybe it's not him, but maybe he knows something.
He kind of motions outside. His shop's right over there, and you can see where the hearth is at, and there's an anvil and some crudely crafted swords and shields and whatnot laid out about.
All right. I'm gonna go talk to him.
And Rokos?
Probably.
Oh, sorry.
As you see, I rolled a Arcana check to see if I potentially know what might have caused this damage, whether it be a spell or a school of magic or whatever.
I mean,
I did roll in that 20.
You did roll in that 20.
-1.
But I'm trying to figure out, like, I'm processing what would Rokos, a barbarian with an 8 intellect spell, or intellect, know, and be able to discern within reasonability. And
I did grow up with elves.
I would say that...
Go ahead.
I would say that I will give you one more clue upon the impact there, but you're not going to be able to know what the magic is. Or if
Okay,
it is
that's fine.
I'm not saying it is magic, but because, anyways. So as you're really focusing and trying to figure this out and see, like, okay, what kind of magic it's not fire because I don't see any burns, and it's not lightning, I don't see any burns, and you just notice that it definitely starts at one impact area and swirls outwards in streams almost. And the streams are very rhythmic, and they're spacing between the actual lining of it. That's all I think you'd be able to gather from that. But you do take note that you don't think it's fire and you don't think it's lightning.
It was a forceful impact.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
you can say that. There was some force put behind that one.
How many of these contusions are on his body?
It looks like there's 3 on the head, 1 on his left shoulder, and 1 impact that's oddly placed on the neck area. While you're inspecting, you do find under his fingernails the similar wood to the scratch marks underneath the bed as you're
Okay.
looking for damage on him. And yeah, I think he defecated on himself. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Alright.
That
That's what dead
smells
people do.
great.
Yeah, still gross.
Yeah, I'm trying to make this realistic.
Yeah. So I'll look to Cameron and I'll point out the wood under his fingernails and say, it looks like he was scratching for something. Did you guys take anything out of the room?
No, I didn't pick anything up. I grabbed his body. I left his things in there. Maybe he was reaching for something. I don't know. I didn't see anything under the bed though. Maybe he was
And
trying
he
to crawl
wasn't
away from
holding
it.
nothing?
Maybe he was trying to crawl away from it.
Potentially.
Are you
I'm
gonna-
a start to kind of get more wary of the smell, so I'll be like, okay, and head out towards the blacksmith.
Okay. So Zadar and Rokas are making their way to the blacksmith. Is there any? What were you? Did you guys make your post in there? Did you write it down? I don't see it.
They took care of
Sorry,
it, I think.
I forgot to actually put that.
Okay.
I don't know how. I don't think I can, but with my innate abilities, could I detect if this man was affected with psionic powers?
I don't know how you'd be able to, how would you do that?
Because of my subclass.
Um,
There's no ability that says, hey, you get to detect this stuff. But I'm just like, I don't think I can. I just want to just throw a Hellmaker roll. out into
if
the
you want to
ether.
inspect him, you could always do like a medicine check on him or do an Arcana check. And like the same thing with him. Like if you don't have any possible way of knowing something, I can't just give you the information. But I
Yeah, I
can give you what someone who
Um,
wouldn't know information.
Yeah. I'll do either or both. If you want me to do both, I will gladly do both.
Well, if you do both, it'll take
for
you
Arcana
longer
medicine.
to catch up to them. If you want to do one, I'll let you catch up with Oscar. I think Oscar's about to head down.
After it's following like the
I'll-
magic trail.
Okay.
No,
okay.
I'm staying and protecting him /
Oh, okay.
whatever.
All right, roll me those checks.
Yeah, sure. I'm trying to. I don't know how to get to Avery, but let's do this.
All right, and then you said Oscar is following the trail downstairs.
Following the magic trail of where that led to.
Okay,
Like the
that's
abjuration.
16 Arcana. Okay.
Magic.
So as Oscar goes downstairs, you see, the gathering of people from before. They eye you, and Kiana kind of looks up and waves a little bit to you, and you see Luca's back in the establishment, sitting at the counter. When you go through, it seems like it came into this area. Whatever the magic source was it drifted through this area and through the front door. But as you go outside, you start to lose more of it because it just seems to kind of almost like fade away at the door, at the door frame, like inside, or not inside, but just outside.
Oh.
The sense of the magic is still, it's like it's almost more strong down here than it was up there. Like it's taking more time to fade from this area.
It's still like I could still like follow it.
Yes, you could determine more of the source if you keep following it. It's not coming from. It's almost coming from the area where you guys were standing before. At the bar.
And I'll go over there.
Okay. You see Kiana and you see Luca.
All right. So that's so like I was still following the trail of magic. You said it got it's stronger over here.
Mm-hmm. You don't even follow it. I guess he wouldn't even follow it towards the door. It just really seems to fade over there. But it was fun. It's stronger at those chairs where you guys were.
Okay.
All right. Back on to we got a 16 and a 7. It doesn't seem natural. You don't think it's like food poisoning or anything like that. And his labored breathing makes you feel like it's a timed ticking pain that he's taking, because it's almost in rhythm. His winces as you're inspecting him, Amara.
So it's like rhythmic.
Yes, it's rhythmic.
Would it be to the rhythm of a heartbeat?
I mean, I guess you could discern that if you wanted.
Is it his heartbeat?
No.
Okay.
But it feels. Let me see. Let me look at your character sheet real quick. I'm trying to see what we can pull on to activate that. You said because your subclass, you wanted that to. That's weird. It only has fighter on here. It doesn't have your sub.
What?
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. The more time that you spend with him, it almost feels like there's, you can feel like that psionic energy. It's starting to get a little more familiar, but it's around his head.
Right. It's something affecting his head and assuming his state of being and mind.
And,
yeah.
Yep. All right.
Awesome. That's great. I can't do anything about that.
And all right, is that all you wanted to do, or what do you want to do, Oscar?
I'm gonna go up to the people and try to while trying to be like a little sneaky about it. So talking to Luca and Kara.
Okay.
I'm also gonna try to find out where exactly where exactly the magic sense is.
So as you're trying to make that sense, as you come up to talk, and you kind of motion towards Kiana, Luca gets closer. That kind of closes the distance. Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Yeah. Are you a friend of Kiana's?
Not exactly.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, okay. She makes a really good breakfast. I always come here and eat every morning.
What do I have to roll to see if he's up to anything?
Insight.
Okay. All right. Well, let's hope this works.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good roll.
That is a pretty good roll, man. All right. It was the insight. Okay, so you noticed that you really you wanted to talk to both of them, like you said, but it's almost as though you approaching her drew him to you. You can tell he has almost a weird, he's got a fascination with her. He's probably got a crush on her, and his tone, he's very timid, and he's kind of almost interjecting himself between you and her, trying to have the conversation with you and not let you talk to her.
Okay, I see what he's. All right.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Is it done? Okay. Let me jump to them real quick because this is an important point to note.
All right.
The blacksmith. When you get there, when you get to the shop, you don't see the blacksmith initially, but when he comes into view, you notice his large stature. He's got a bronze skin that almost looks like it's cracked. The more you look at him, he doesn't look like he's just a big person. He's the size of a Goliath. He walks out, pretty dirty, got a lot of soot on him, and you can see the burn marks on his hands. Hello, and he really takes a specific view at Rokas. Well, welcome. Don't see many of our kind around here.
So you're a Goliath.
I presume you are. Usually these little people aren't built like us.
That is correct. I grew up around little people.
He kind of laughs a little bit.
This is my first time truly meeting another Goliath.
Well, I'm not much of a Goliath in that sense, I guess. Don't be asking for no gods and stuff. I really grew up down here myself. I moved down here pretty good time ago. These people were nice around here, though. They don't treat you like a freak or anything.
I can understand that all too well.
Yeah.
If I might barge into this, we did have some important.
Oh, importance. Well, how can I help you? You're looking for a new sword? And he kind of starts cleaning off his hands.
I just a small teensy question. Have you heard about anything going on? And I'm gonna try to gauge his reaction, see how he reacts to that.
To anything going on, you said?
Hmm?
He said, you asked him if he's heard of anything going on?
Pretty much, yeah. Last night, specifically.
That's what you said? Okay. Man, I couldn't really hear much of that damn wind. I mean, it kept me up almost all night. Damn thing was howling and slamming my shutters. Didn't you hear it?
Insight check.
Roll it.
Just,
They bring up any wind.
And that's your... He seems he seems genuine. Like he, yep. He's
I'm
not.
disappointed.
Sorry, I'm not gonna make him a bad
the
guy.
man wasn't the murderer.
Sorry, never mind. This guy's a bit
Kinda,
beat.
I was like, no bother. I'm sorry. Stupid question.
No, it's fine.
I pegged you for the wrong. I pegged you for the wrong. Sorry. Anyway,
For the wrong.
if you and him want to talk, you can carry on. I shall move on from my business. Oh, by the way, if you wouldn't happen to know anything about bludgeoning weapons that might make a whole hidden area about bigger than his fist, I say as I point to Oroka.
Man, that would. That's a real odd question. No, if you want, I could try to construct you something, though. I can go get my charcoal. We could maybe get something sketched out.
I will kind of just sheath my silver longsword a little bit to show him. Just like, I just prefer this. But
Of
I
course.
appreciate the offer.
Well, if you ever need help, I would love to look at that hardware you got there.
Perhaps some business is done.
Okay.
Rokas, I will be reuniting with our friend.
Well, before you head off, I'll say, stay for a minute. Could you elaborate more on this wind and howling? Did you notice anything else last night?
I mean, no, it just that damn howling. It's that wind. It was really weird. I can't believe you didn't hear it. It's like it started on one side of the town and just moved on through. And then all of a sudden it's banging on the north end of my house, and I'm surprised that you didn't wake up to that. That's really peculiar, man. You must be a really good sleeper.
Very strong sleeper.
Zar won't say anything, but he'll take that in for a moment, and then he'll nod to Rokas, and I will be on my way. If you learn anything, please come speak up. And
Sounds
I will
good.
make my way to presumably where I assume Amara and Osfer are, which is the murder room.
So with
I'm in the tavern area.
Well, then I'll see him first.
what I would like to do, since I feel like Steve, you're gonna have some questions for him. I want to do that. I'm gonna do it separately with you. We're gonna do it
That's fine.
one-on-one. That way we can, because it's almost midnight already, so we can move a little bit forward. But I will do direct message and private message with you. And we can do it in voice if you want to do like a one-on-one session of your conversation with him.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So
then I'll head off as well then.
okay. Yeah. Well, we'll say you have a conversation with him later, then like kind of catch up with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I can answer those questions for you. So we're moving back to the inn. You all kind of gather back in the inn, and you see, was Oscar's on the bottom floor, correct?
Yes.
And Amara
Yeah.
is still upstairs? Or is she coming down?
Still in the guy's room, kind of in the doorway, kind of just like guard position.
Okay. You three are downstairs then. What would you like to do? You guys see Oscar down here sitting at the bar, I believe, with Luca and Kiana.
And with Luca pestering me.
And those dwarves are still sitting at their table, scrolling away on paper.
I'll walk up to the
Okay.
doors.
You can approach the doors.
Yeah.
Well, you killed that boy over there.
Alright. I will have your conversation after this one then. What do you want to say to Oscar?
I will, upon seeing Osfer, be like, you figure anything out?
There's like a I sensed some magic from the heading from that room down here.
And Rokas thought it might have been magic. What type? Do you know?
Like a abjuration type.
Abjuration, huh? I'm no spellcaster, unfortunately, so I'm not entirely sure what that means.
Well, that's
What? Okay.
it's more of a protect. It's more of a protect. Damn.
That's
More of a,
unfortunate.
Protective type of magic.
Detective.
Bullshit.
That doesn't sound right for what we have here. Perhaps we should investigate more to see if we can learn anything about it. Do you know where it leads?
It came from that room down to around here.
Does it stop anywhere?
It stops at around the door, and it feels a little stronger around this area, I'm at the bar area.
Okay.
So you say abjuration is protective, yes?
You're having this conversation in front of those two?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. Alright.
I mean, at this point, Zadar will probably start getting closer to him,
Yeah.
and trying to make sure only he hears.
Okay.
Alright.
Just crouching and or standing or just leaning over the 2-foot tall man.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, 3 feet. Excuse me.
6 feet, 6 feet.
I'm 6'2", so.
It's from what I've seen, it's generally used for protective, for protective kinds of stuff. But it can like make different types
Maybe-
of.
Let
Maybe
me
protect-
fix something real quick, because
Maybe protect from unwanted attention, perhaps in some way. You think it could do that?
Do I think it can do that?
I need to make
Yeah.
a slight amendment. Conjuration, not abjuration.
Okay, conjuration. That makes more
okay.
sense.
My
Yeah, I was
apologies.
gonna
I
say,
can-
okay.
I wrote down in the notes abjuration. I don't know why. My apologies.
So conjuration then. In that
Right.
case, I'll be like, what is conjuration?
Well, my boy.
My boy.
My boy. That's 3-foot man saying to the 6-foot dude.
Yeah,
My boy.
who is still probably older than I am. Anyway, the conjuration. It's a type of magic that like makes things.
Makes things.
Yeah.
Like create them.
Yeah.
What would you want to create that possibly would make it easier for you to
go do the business we saw today.
What did you see today?
I'm talking about the thing that happened this morning.
Oh, maybe. Maybe. I would assume so.
Wait, I probably should post that in there. My bad.
No, that was great. That was great.
I just wanted to encompass the excitingness of the crit there. My bad.
With the natural 20.
Yes, sir. I'm working on right now. You guys continue your conversation.
All right.
God.
Do you know what someone might want to conjure, as you might say, to create, that would benefit you to perhaps get to a room unseen, or something akin to that effect, or perhaps
Well-
something that is unseen?
Well, can't really like turn yourself invisible with that type of magic, as far as I'm aware. But you could make either an object or like some sort of creature. I guess. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't done it a lot.
It's just weird. You say it starts at the doorway. It ends at our thing's room, right? The person's room, right?
I think it started.
The
start
trail
at-
goes from the murder scene down the stairs into the foyer dining main hall area, and then seems to trail towards the front door, but it's more faint there as it gets more faint as it goes out the door.
Okay. So it seems like it started at the room and gets stronger here, but it gets weaker as it goes out the door.
Can conjuration create? You said conjuration create creatures, right?
It can create creatures, yeah.
What if our friend was bombarded by a created creature, which then, in the middle of the night, escaped unnoticed outside of this place? Do you think that would be feasible?
I believe so.
Don't forget about the wind.
But
Oh, yeah.
You better stop metagaming,
Wait,
motherfucker.
to you, don't forget about me.
Yes, yes.
Osfer, supposedly there was a terrible windstorm or something like that. I don't know what that is, but it's what the local blacksmith said. He said it was very loud and howling, and there was knocking on doors. He was very surprised when we told him.
was there like some sort of wind, like before I went to sleep?
You don't recall it.
Say that again?
You don't recall any when you went to bed.
Okay. I didn't hear anything.
By the way, you guys have been kind of moving around for a while, so let's say it's around 1 to 2 o'clock right now, a little bit after lunch, getting closer to 3.
Okay. I guess my detect magic wore off. That only lasts 10 minutes.
Oh, I don't want to put it too close. I want to try to break away from the morning period where we were at, because we started at 9. So if we're thinking you guys when you cast your spell, we can still do that as 10 minutes ago. But I want to kind of get a frame of mind for how long it's been. So let's say we went from waking up at 9, getting our hands checked. Let's say it's like 30, 45 minutes, an hour. So it's been around. It's like around 12 to 1. But I'm not going to take your spell away. I'm just saying that's
Okay.
yeah.
So it's lunchtime.
It is lunchtime.
I'm gonna look at Luca and the other one whose name I forgot.
Kiana. Mm-hmm.
Kiana. I'm gonna look at Luca and Kiana to see how they're what they're doing.
Kiana is now getting ready to start serving lunch. She's got a couple of plates back there. Luca is here for the lunch period. He's a little dirtied up, but he's obviously he's fixated on her. You know,
Alright, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
because she bombed. So, yeah. Okay. All right. And like I said, Kiana, she's like, she's in her work, getting ready, prepping. As you look at her, she looks back at you. You boys ready for lunch?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me get you a couple of menus and for your friend, and we're gonna go over to Rokas.
Okay. So I approach these dwarven men.
Look on the other one. Is there anything you want to do tomorrow? By the way, I know you've been upstairs like all day. Are you still waiting guard over Orca? Or I'll say so. He's got his thing good. Okay, so you approach the dwarves, and what do you say? What do you do?
Dwarven men, correct?
One woman, one man.
Okay. So I'll walk up to them, simply say, "How y'all doing today?"
Yes, don't just take the. No, we come from this one. We're doing good. Can I get a beer? One of my ales, one ale, and a water. Can you get water? You want a water, right? Water.
Did they even look at me?
Briefly, yes. He's kind of like looks at you and looks back at his companion and looks back to you. And one of the waters, please. I guess you don't work here, do you?
Sir.
What can I do you for? We're in the middle of something right now.
I see that. Just had a couple questions for you. Do you mind if I have a seat?
You know, we're kind of busy, but maybe if you bought us lunch. Yeah, I mean, it is food time. Are you hungry? And he's kind of motioning his companion. I'm hungry, but I think we're hungry. We're hungry. We're hungry. Yeah, I'm hungry. Maybe for our friend. Yeah, it's our friend. He's our friend. Yeah, he's our friend. Yeah, they're kind of going back and forth, almost ending each other's sentences and then like reinforcing the last thing the other one said. You know, I think it'd be really nice if you bought us lunch. Yeah, if you bought us lunch, I think that's how you make new friends, right? That's how you make new friends. That's what I heard.
All right, so I'll look at Kiana and simply motion. Kiana, can I get 2 rounds of lunch and 2 ales, please?
Coming right up.
Thank you.
And for you two, she motions towards Zadar and Osser.
I would like 3 rounds.
Oh yeah, for you and your friends upstairs, right?
No, for me.
Oh.
But if you would like, 1 round for each of them as well.
I'll be fine. I don't need.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Are you sure? And she kind of like leans forward towards you. And as she leans forward, Luca goes, I mean, yeah, if you're hungry, I could get you something.
It's fine. I don't need. And then I head upstairs to where Amaru is.
All right.
I love it.
And she is remarks, shy little fella. All right.
I look at Luca and I'm like, hey, if you want to help her cook, you'd be doing me a favor.
Oh, I'm no good at the cooking. Not like Kiana.
Nonsense. Cooking ain't nothing to it. I could even show you.
Maybe if you show me how to cook, I can make meals for people too. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to help him cook.
All right. At that, I think this is a good spot to stop. We are at our 3-hour mark right now.
I'm just great. I'm just laughing. I had to mute. I'm glad I muted myself.
Whoa, man. Remember where you're at. I got more for you, Rokas.
Type thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to help him cook.
Yeah, we'll help him cook.
I'm gonna roll for it. Technically, I'm supposed to have cooking utensils, but it's not in my D&D Beyond character sheet because I had to use the custom.
Alright. Okay,
Alright,
we'll when we come back, that you're gonna have an 11 cooking session with him.
Okay.
And just
We'll talk about it when we get back.
all right. Any closing thoughts for the stream, boys?
Yeah, sure. If I kill the guy that I'm protecting, is it still protecting him?
I mean, if you're protecting him from somebody else, you're just saving his soul, right?
Yeah. Totally,
Okay,
totally,
no,
totally.
I know, no, that's not protecting
Protecting
him.
him from life.
Oscar?
Protecting
We
him
don't
from
even
life.
know what we're protecting him from yet.
But I really wish you'd said like 90% of what you said about your theories to her, because I got a very good theory on what the hell's going on.
I'm gonna
And I
shut down.
guarantee my character could put
I'm
that
gonna-
together in a few
I mean, I'm
minutes.
definitely gonna tell you something once I get up
Oh,
there.
thank
Oh
God.
yeah. We definitely gonna tell you. We just
All right.
haven't came
I'm
up
gonna
with it
stop the
God.
stream right now for you guys. Tell these people too much. Thank you guys for watching. Catch it next week.
Everyone, I know we want to get to the monster creature person thing as soon as possible, but honestly, I'm a big dummy head, so I'm trying to figure this out. It's been quite a start for me.
You're a big dummy head.
Oh yeah, this guy has 8 intellect, like rolling nat 20s. Jeez.